Long distance relationships are doomed, or are they? What if I told you statistically they're just as likely to succeed as any other relationship? It's not about spending every minute together or being in the same zip code. The real marker of a great relationship is the quality of your connection and the effort that you put in. With the right tools and mindset, long distance love can actually be deeper, more intentional, and more resilient than a lot of in-person relationships. So, if you're feeling uncertain about the future or worried about whether your relationship will survive the distance, let me reassure you, you can make it work, and I'm going to show you how. Today, I'm sharing real, actionable strategies that you can use right now to improve and future-proof your long-distance love. Before we jump in, let me introduce myself. I'm Allie, a licensed marriage and family therapist and head of relationships at Paired. Paired is the #1 app for couples who want to keep the spark alive and stay connected. So if you're navigating long distance, we've got you covered. Paired has a ton of tools and exercises that will keep you in touch and help you build healthy relationship habits together. Check it out. I've dropped the link in the description. So you're in a long distance relationship, and that can be really tough. But I want to tell you that you are not alone. Around 14 million couples in the US are in a long distance relationship. That's 28 million individuals just like you. The key to making it work is to be intentional and build habits that foster connection and closeness, even if you're 1,000 miles apart. So how do you do that? Let me show you. #1, build a relationship vision. Let's start with the foundation. Where are you headed long term? It's really hard to stay hopeful about a long distance relationship if you're floating in limbo with no clear plan for the future. So your first action point is to build a relationship vision. Together with your partner, make sure you've got clarity on what's next for you as a couple. Ask yourselves, are we always going to be long distance? Will we eventually live together in the same place? And if yes, what kind of timeline are we working with? What steps are we both taking to get there? Or what steps could we be taking? I'd recommend having this conversation verbally, so either on the phone or a video call, but ultimately however you both feel comfortable discussing it. And I'm not saying you have to have every tiny detail mapped out. It's just about having a shared direction and making sure you're on the same page so that you avoid hurt feelings and misunderstandings down the line. It's also really helpful to always have your next in-person rendezvous in the schedule. This isn't possible for every long-distance couple, so if you can't schedule it right now, don't worry, we have a lot more strategies for you. But for those who can, even if it's 3 months away, having an in-person meet on the calendar signals a commitment to each other, and that can really help ease some of the anxiety that may creep in when you're not together. So if you haven't already, put some time aside to build that long-term vision and get your next date scheduled in. Strategy #2. Find meaningful ways to connect every day. When you're in a long-distance relationship, you don't automatically get those day-to-day interactions that you would in person, like saying good morning when you first wake up or asking, how was your day when you get home? But that doesn't mean that you can't have that. You just have to be more intentional about building it in. Find little ways to connect every day. Maybe a good morning text, or sending each other your Wordle scores, or just sharing a photo of your daily commute. It doesn't have to be intense, and you don't need to be texting 24/7. It's just about checking in and connecting. On top of those daily micro connections, aim to have a deeper, more present conversation at least once a week. And if you can turn that into a full date night, amazing. Weekly time for virtual dates, even just 30 minutes to an hour, signals that you're committed to putting in the effort to keep the connection alive. Figure out what works for you both and go from there. But over time, those seemingly small moments of interaction, plus the more intentional weekly connections, will build up and create a really strong sense of just being in each other's lives. And that's really powerful for staying emotionally close, even from a distance. #3, get creative with intimacy. This next strategy is all about intimacy. Physical distance does not have to equate to emotional distance or a complete lack of sexual intimacy in your relationship. Quite the opposite. In fact, studies have shown that long-distance couples often experience greater intimacy than geographically close ones. So how can you keep the spark alive without in-person physical touch? Get creative. Be a bit playful. See it as an opportunity to try new things. You might send each other a clothing item with your smell on it so that you can wear their sweater and feel like you're being cuddled. You might try phone sex, or maybe you really want to spice things up with Bluetooth toys. There are so many possibilities here. If you're not sure where to start, try this. Grab some Post-it notes and a pen and come up with 5 specific ways to build intimacy. Say, try sexting, or make a sexy playlist, and have your partner do the same. Then you put all your ideas into a jar or a hat, and then take turns drawing one at the start of each week or month. Whatever you pick, commit to doing it over the next few days or weeks. When you're creative with your intimacy, you'll constantly find new and interesting ways to feel closer to your partner. And you'll probably discover a lot about yourself too. So be purposeful, be creative, and have fun with it. Number 4, maintain a full life at home. When you're in a long-distance relationship, it's easy to get so caught up in missing your partner that you forget to be present in your own life. But don't fall into that trap. It's not healthy for you, and it's not healthy for your relationship. Focus on building a full and fulfilling life right now, wherever you are. Make sure that you're nurturing your friendships, keeping up with your hobbies, getting out and exploring your city, whatever it is that brings you joy and keeps you present. And this actually applies to any relationship. A good support network and a healthy amount of independence is crucial for your well-being. You don't want to become emotionally isolated or put your life on hold just because your partner isn't there. So don't give up on what's around you. Build your community, keep investing in yourself, and create a life that you love outside of your relationship. Not only will it make the distance more bearable, it also means that when your partner does come to visit, you have a whole life to share with them, and you need that to keep the spark alive. 5, create rituals for consistency. Strategy number 5 is all about creating rituals. In long-distance love, rituals are like anchors. They're the glue that keeps you connected no matter how far apart you are physically. When couples live near each other, rituals emerge organically, like sharing your morning coffee, visiting your favorite restaurant, or doing the grocery run together, or even just brushing your teeth side by side at night. So the key is to replicate that in your long-distance relationship. It can be something simple like having Voice Note Fridays where you each reflect on your week. You might share Sunday coffee over FaceTime or have a regular movie night. It's entirely up to you. Establish your rituals and stick to them consistently. That way you'll build emotional security and resilience within your relationship, allowing you to weather the hard times and the distance as a team. 6, communicate when something feels off. Finally, you must know how to communicate when something feels off. One of the biggest challenges with long distance is the lack of nonverbal cues. You don't get body language, you don't get facial expressions, and you may not even get a ton of voice. How many times have you gotten into a fight over text because you've completely misread the other person's tone, or felt anxious or unsettled because your partner's gone quiet? Are they just busy, or are they mad at you? If you want your long distance relationship to work, you've got to communicate, especially when things feel off. Don't sit with uncertainty and guesswork. Instead, build communication habits that enable you to address issues early and keep a good read on how your partner is feeling. Let's say you sense a bit of an energy shift. You might say something like, "Hey, I felt a little distance this week. How are things with you?" Or, "How are you feeling about us?" You're sharing how you feel and inviting your partner to open up. What you're not doing is accusing them or criticizing them. Another great technique is to establish a safe word, something that instantly signals that a check-in is needed without any further context. So you might text your partner saying, I don't know, "Can we sync up tonight?" Or even just something like "low tide." It doesn't need to be a serious word, just something that becomes shorthand, a way of saying, I need a moment of care or clarity without having to unpack everything right away. You're not a mind reader, and neither is your partner. And it gets even trickier when you take away those in-person signals. Don't let things escalate or simmer beneath the surface. Practice regular check-ins and healthy communication to keep your relationship on track. We've covered a lot of ground, so let's recap the strategies you need for a healthy and happy long-distance relationship. 1, build a relationship vision. Know where you're headed in the future and get your next in-person date scheduled. 2, find meaningful ways to connect, both daily and weekly. It's not about texting 24/7, just being present in each other's lives day to day. 3, keep intimacy alive. Be creative and intentional about fostering that connection. 4, build a full and fulfilling life in the here and now. This is crucial for your well-being and for the health of your relationship. 5, create rituals to foster emotional security, create consistency, and build resilience. And 6, communicate when something feels off. Don't let energy shifts or misunderstandings get out of hand. Learn to talk things through in a healthy and productive way. Long-distance relationships can be just as rewarding and robust as close proximity relationships, and that's backed up by many different studies. So keep working at it, use the tools and techniques we've covered today, and watch your long-distance relationship thrive. If this video resonated with you, give the Parrot app a try. With expert-backed advice, fun quizzes, and daily check-ins, it helps couples stay connected, no matter how far apart you are. The link's in the description. And now I'd love to hear from you. What's one little ritual that you and your partner use to feel connected while long distance? Drop a comment below and let's share ideas. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more relationship advice. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.